Good afternoon and welcome to the OOH-RAH Report. I'm your host Anthony Cavaretta, and today we are talking about Monday Night Raw. We are 2 weeks away from Fastlane, and for Raw there's not a lot going on for Fastlane. There's a few little things, but nothing really major at the moment. But this show is still kind of setting up some stuff, and the big thing about this show is that it is the first show of the Almighty era, as we have a new WWE Champion, and that is Bobby Lashley, the Almighty. So the show opens up with The Miz, actually, instead of Bobby Lashley, and he basically says, I want my championship back, and he would take Bobby Lashley on tonight. No chicken shit crap. He wants the title back, so he's going to go up against Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes out, new entrance, new music, love it, and he comes out and just basically is like, okay, cool, and beats the crap out of Miz, makes him tap, and yeah, that is just pure dominance, and that should be what the champion does. And we saw it with Drew, and if they book him half as good as they book Drew as champion, Lashley's going to be a champion for a while. But immediately after that, we do get Drew McIntyre finally returning basically to television, and after the past couple of weeks he's been on and off, and he says that he wants the champion, but he gets jumped by Sheamus, and then he goes to Adam Pearce and says, I want a match with Sheamus, no disqualifications, and that match is set for later in the night. So after that, we get a little bit more build for Strowman versus Shane. This is one of several two segments on the night between these two guys. Strowman comes out, and this whole thing boils down to Strowman getting called stupid. And I understand that we live in, this is a PG product. This isn't TV-14. So, we can't really say, oh, he got us to go to, like, the schoolyard. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're dumb. And to be honest, it's just really, really annoying, because it kind of feels like you're talking down to most of your audience. I get your audience is not, it's kids, but it's not like, for WWE, it's mostly kids, but there's a lot, they're really trying to get back into the 14 to the 8, the older demographic of fans. And you don't even outright say it. That's the problem, because like the first segment is that Shane comes out, says I apologize, and leaves. Getting no satisfaction. Strowman goes back, and Shane thinks it over, goes out, and he's just he's beating around the bush, and he's basically just going like I'm not gonna call you stupid, but I can say this, and I can say this, and I can say this, and it's really, really bad. It's really bad TV. This is a solid 10 minutes of programming, and it's just hard to get through. Just bad to watch. This is just it's annoying. It's just really annoying to see that you're basically done, and Shane dukes Strowman leaves, and then Shane goes, you're stupid. Seriously? That's what we're getting to? That's your flagship, that's one of your big storylines, probably going to end off at Mania? Really? You're stupid. When? God damn. Get physical or something. Jesus. It's annoying to see how bad this is, but whatever. I guess it's quality TV. Gotta get that 3 hours somehow when you're not using it for mostly commercials. So yeah, and then after that, the only good thing is that we get to go to the no disqualifications match. And this match is good, but it also ends really stupid. For lack of a better term, it's stupid. So these two guys, they have an all-out war. They're breaking out weapons, they're beating each other, the Kingdom Come, and the match ends when they both decide to take steel steps, put their head in between the steel steps, and charge at each other. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I understand you wanted the match to end in a no contest. And I get it, it's a no DQ match. But make them beat the crap out of each other until one of them's incapacitated. And you could do that without having them go boink with each other's heads. Yeah, it looks like it they show the replay, and it's a dangerous looking spot. I get that. But it's just a dumb spot. It really is. Because if you look at it, whenever somebody's running at somebody with a steel steps, you can watch this on go on the network. Watch anybody who's running with steel steps in any match. They hold it over their head. Because don't put your head in the middle of that, because you're going to get either drop kicked or hurt, or something's going to happen and you're going to get hurt. But both of these guys, both former multi-time world champions, run at each other like bulls and just go boink, done, and they fall down, and there's no contest. No contest. Done. Stupid. It's really, really bad. Like, and you were having a good match to this. And that just, the ending was just, it was just really bad. I don't get why you do that. What, so you keep both guys safe so nobody really has to take a pinfall? Okay. I don't get why you needed to do that. And, you know, we know that this feud is going to keep going. That's probably going to go to Mania. But why this match? Why just throw throw it away so you can just build up more? It's just, that's the main thing about this night, is that a lot of this stuff is building, but it's kind of like, once I'm done watching it, nothing really progressed much. It's kind of annoying, actually. But yeah, besides that, you know, next up is Sheldon Benjamin versus Xavier Woods. Quick match, easy match. Xavier Woods wins with a surprise pin. And this match is to build up their tag title match for next week's Raw. Okay. Why didn't you just have that match tonight? You already have a championship match for next week, which we get to later. But why do you have to have two matches for the, I get you're building up next week's Raw, but why even do that if you could just have that match tonight? It doesn't make sense to me. It's like when on SmackDown, when you have two guys fighting in singles matches, when they fought in a tag team match last week, just have them fight another tag team match. What sense does that make? But I guess you just want to build up for next week. I guess there's something they got to go up against on next Monday instead of this Monday. But I don't understand that kind of storytelling. If you're going to have this match next week, have something to push towards it, not just, oh, we're going to announce it. Why not have that match now? You know that these two teams have been on a collision course. You say that in the hype package before then. So why not just have that match tonight and have next week's United States Championship match next week? Give people a reason to keep watching tonight and give people a reason to watch next week, instead of just having two matches next week. I don't get that. I really do not understand that kind of booking for that. But yeah, and then and you get a small backstage segment setting up the next match, which is just Riddle and Slapjack, and Riddle cares about his parking his scooter. Can you tell this is PG? Because I can't. Or a man needs to park his scooter because he got ticketed. Ha! Comedy. Stoner jokes. So yeah, next match is Slapjack versus Matt Riddle, which I don't know why they call him Riddle, yet they returned Ali's first name for some reason. Forgot that they even took it away, to be honest, until I actually remembered that, oh yeah, they called him Ali for a bit and not Mustafa Ali. But yet we call Matt Riddle Riddle, which is just dumb. What, you can't think people can't say two words instead of one? Whatever. So yeah, you have this match against Slapjack. Okay. It's a nothing match. It builds Mustafa Ali for next week when he fights for the United States Championship, which he pinned Riddle last week, but that's not an automatic guarantee for a title match. But yeah, sure. Okay. Ali versus Riddle. Alright, that's going to be a good match. I can guarantee you that if Retribution doesn't turn on Ali and cost him the match and break up, then it's a waste of my time. But we will see. So yeah, that match ends with Riddle winning. Well, it's a good setup for next week, but I just don't understand, the whole stuff before that. Then after this, we get another segment between Braun and Shane, which just goes to him being stupid. And then we have another match, as we have a women's tag team match out of kind of nowhere for this for a little bit, because we know that Fastlane, the women's championship match, is supposed to be Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, so they could build the SmackDown feud a little bit more. But now we're having this match between Lana and Naomi taking on Baszler and Jax, and of course Reginald is there, and I'm like, okay, so I know where this is going. And I was really hoping that this storyline would be Nia Jax is just owns Reginald instead of him willingly being there, but it's nothing, and I'm just why is Reginald here? I know he's gonna cost, if he's gonna do anything, he's gonna cost Baszler and Jax the tag titles at Fastlane, but I just don't get why we even have him there if he's just gonna do nothing and just simp over every woman on the roster. And I love how they're basically Nia Jax comes out and talks about how much she likes a nice bottle of wine, and like how Reginald like basically let's underline the fact that they're banging in kayfabe. And I just love how like you're doing this where it's like I just noticed, and it was today I noticed, it was like you're having Reginald just like simp over all these women and doing all these things, and like I'll treat you right, and I'll do this, and I'll have this, do this with you, do that with you. Okay. So women's supposed to be like strong, and you built up all these women as a strong, independent people. Yet they need to have the guy there. I don't really get that, and I'm just like, okay, why are we doing this? And of course, I'm not even talking about the match anymore because the match is over by this point, and the match basically ends once, as you could probably guess, by Reginald interfering and Jackson Baszler getting the win. Woo! Who didn't see that coming from a mile away? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I can guarantee you nobody rose the damn hand. Because it's ridiculous. And most of the stuff is telegraphable by a mile. And finally, you have the main event, which is Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Amazing match. But once again, predictable. You know that somehow, some way, we know where both of these guys' paths are going for Mania. So I'm like, okay, Alexa Bliss. She comes on screen. She does some voodoo magic and says voodoo and goes, not yet. The Fiend's not coming back yet. Not yet. And Orton spits up some black goop. He had some bad fruit before the match. And yeah, nope. Phenomenal form. 1, 2, 3. Styles wins. We fade to black. Gotta say, for the actual show itself, for Raw in general, it was not a bad show. As much as I, don't like the fact that you're setting up everything, the matches were good. Every match on this night was solid. My problem with Raw, and 1 week it's here, 1 week it's here. It hasn't been here, but it's just bouncing back and forth between good and bad and just okay. It's like it's not captivating me, and it's I think personally, if you're doing everything from the Rumble to Mania, that you need to have every show be must-watch television, because you want people to remember, hey, Fastlane is a thing. I'm going to go buy Fastlane. No. And then you want people to think, oh, what's this going to do to Mania? What's this going to be? You want to make it unpredictable. This has become so predictable that you don't even need to watch the show. You can do nothing and still understand what's going to happen at the end of the day. I would like to see, them use more people on Raw and make it better, because the talent's there. The matches are not bad. I just wish the storytelling was better so that I wasn't, it didn't feel like a chore to go through 3 hours of Raw. Like, SmackDown's been better with this. They do have their problems, but at least once I get to the main event, like that 9:30, 10 o'clock time slot, I'm okay. And it also helps that it's a 2-hour show, but SmackDown does that well. NXT also does that well, where they know that, you're here for both the good storytelling and the good wrestling. So yeah, we know WWE could put on a good product like that. I just think Raw really needs to be picked up a little bit more, and hopefully after Fastlane they really do that. But right now, it's just, once again, this was another show where it just feels like it's spinning the gears. Nothing's really getting done. But let me know what you guys think. I would really like to know, do you guys see, what I see? Do you see Raw just being like the same thing every week and nothing's really progressing? Or do you actually see progression? I would like to know, what other people's opinions would be of Raw going forward. The Raw like this week's where, a lot of people don't know. People know what's going to happen, but yet the matches were good, but the storylines were kind of not there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit the like and subscribe button. They do go a long way, and I will see you all here next time on the OOH-RAH Report.